How's it going, everybody? It's GTB. Thank you for stopping by, and thank you for the subs, and thank you for the likes on the video. So I very much appreciate it. Wanted to do something a tad bit different. We're just fresh on the heels of the news that Robinhood added a few more cryptocurrencies, one of them being Compound. So I just wanted to take a look at them right now. We'll take a look at Compound. I'll do a video on this one. I don't know much about it. I just figured it's in the news right now. Let's take a look, kind of see what's going on. Honestly, I don't even know what the market cap is or why Robinhood even decided to go with these cryptos, considering there's plenty of high market cap coins and tokens and stuff. So yeah, just want to take a look. All right, so let's dive into Compound. Actually, let me just look up where the market cap is here, just for reference, I guess. It is 102 on CoinGecko, and where is the market cap? It has a 992 million. So not even a. Am I reading that right? It's less than $1 billion market cap. So that's either really bullish or really bearish. Anyway, let's take a look. Let's go back to the. Actually, no. Let's zoom out. Let's go with the monthly. I could not find an exchange on TradingView that had longer information. I'm actually not sure if Compound even was around before August of 20, or if that's just when it started. But this is Binance US, and not a lot of data. You can see it only goes back to mid 2020, us being in April of 2022. So on the monthly, not much to report. I can't even really. I guess I could put down a fib, but it wouldn't be the best. It wouldn't be the best thing to do, I guess. Let's do that again. Boom. We're doing it live, folks. Let's see. There. And wick to wick right around there. All right. Cool. So, not great. Got to admit, it's on a downward trend, which, hopefully that's a sign of reversal. It hasn't even come up through the fibs. Let's switch to the weekly. Not much on the monthly here. On the weekly, we see a couple more EMAs popping up. One giant death cross here, coming in at the end of 2021, December, right here. Since then, it stayed below the 20 EMA, just barely this week. It's starting to come back to the 20. This is the weekly candle where Robinhood announced, so there must have been some purchasing going on here on the back end. That's my guess. I have no insider information, or don't take my word as financial advice. I'm just saying this kind of looks like, oh, maybe they bought into the coin, and this is kind of where they announced it. Who knows? Maybe they bought down here. Who knows? It looks like I guess it could be, if it's been so low under the 20th, it finally just got overextended. Boom, finally starting some sort of reversal pattern maybe. The price is only at 149 right now, and like I said, it's less than $1 billion market cap, so a lot of potential for upside maybe. Who knows? We saw that the listings recently haven't done much for the coins. I think the big one that disappointed people was Dogecoin on Coinbase. It just kind of floundered. It didn't take off as expected. But anyway, so weeklies, death cross, just recently starting to bump up against the 20 EMAs. Let's take a look on the daily. Okay. A little more price action. A little more interesting to look at, I guess, because there's more data zoomed in. So we've seen a couple of crosses. Okay, so the EMA start here. The 20 over the 55 for quite a while. If the coin came out in August of 2020, the first golden cross wasn't until December of 2020. Came all the way up until May, so last year when basically all the cryptos were booming. That's when Elon had his SNL night and whatnot. So ever since then, it kind of gave a death cross right after there. and it's been sort of ranging and then finally getting a little extended. Right now, finally, we're seeing a golden cross on the dailies. Again, probably due to the fact that Robinhood just listed it as one of its very few cryptos. I believe it has less than 10 cryptos or just around that mark. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it's just 10. For the longest time, they only had, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Ethereum Classic, Bitcoin Cash, Doge. I know I'm missing one, but I forget. Anyway, so I think they have only about 10 or so cryptos, less than 15, I'm pretty sure. But anyway, this is probably driven by that news right there. And even then, let's zoom in. Even then, it being listed on Robinhood, not doing much for the price. Look at the EMAs here. Let's take a screenshot and zoom in. This is not fantastic. Look at these EMAs. They're not even super positive. I mean, instead of crossing and going off in a positive direction like that, it's kind of here. It's kind of wiggling back down. What's going? I know we're seeing that pattern a lot in a lot of projects, so I'm not surprised. But it's just like, okay, you have this access to much more liquidity and users being on a new platform, and your EMA is not doing great. I'm just copying that. That's a bummer. I never wish ill on any coin or anything because that's just the market. It's just kind of observing what happens. Let's zoom in on the 4-hour. On the 4-hour, a little more optimistic. We can kind of see how that right here, this extension here on the daily was similar. Now it's kind of coming back down. Now swooping back up. Yesterday it looks like it was announced around here, 11, 12, about. So it actually released on the low on the 4-hour, dipped, and it's come back up. So I guess in this regard, maybe in the short term it's bullish. Taking all the other charts into account, the daily and the weekly, this could be a potential reversal. Again, not financial advice. Don't take my word for anything. I just report what I'm seeing. Literally, you're seeing what I'm seeing, and I'm just kind of commenting on it. So you can kind of see this here, bullish. I mean, this looks like a potential reversal. Let's zoom in even further to the 1-hour. Yeah, the 1-hour is already crossed back up. Again, if you're kind of learning technical analysis and whatnot, always do separate time frames. They build off of each other. If you know, or if you can see where the hourly chart's going, you can kind of predict where the 4-hour is going, which means that you can kind of predict the daily chart, which means you can kind of predict the weekly chart, and they build. So you have to take everything into account. There's a lot of people that will just look at the daily or the weekly or whatever the case may be, and they lose out because they're like, oh, we didn't see this reversal coming or this peak or whatever the case is. So just that would be my advice. Not about the coin, just on maybe how to read some charts. Again, I'm still learning, so I'm right there with you. But what I've learned at least is always take a look at every single time frame. The major ones, and of course you can go into detail. I don't do the second by second time, but whatever. Some people do. Alrighty, let's go back to the fibs just to take a look. So I set the fib here at the peak and at the bottom. What's optimistic about this is that the market cap, again, if I read that right, is under $1 billion, which means there's a lot of room to play with. If even, one billionaire whale comes in and says, hey, I'm going to buy $1 billion worth, that literally doubles the price, right? So here you go. If you put down a fib, the 423 extension, the full extension, I'm seeing 3,500, right? Now, again, as a reminder, I use the logarithmic chart, right? So my graph this is logarithmic, but I use a normal Fibonacci retracement extension, whatever you want to call it. That's just my preference. You do you. I stay consistent. A lot of people, if they put the logarithmic Fibonacci's, this might be around the 1,618 impulsive wave, right? So I like that shorter term as opposed to like the longer term potential. But do you kind of look into it, kind of play around with it, do both. You know, it is what it is. Just stay consistent with what you do. Once you see something that you kind of vibe with or click with, if you will. Okay. Anyway, so here is compound. Yeah, that's pretty much what I'm going to do for it. It's playing around. You know, it looks like there might be a potential reversal here. No guarantee. That's just kind of once we zoom into the 4 in the hourly chart. It's, you know, especially this candle right here, given its release from not release, its placement onto the Robinhood app, probably going to bring more users on. Let's do a tiny little fib here just to get maybe like a shorter term view. There to there, wick to wick. So here, even on this little fib here, you know, 4236 would be a 336 price point. What was the all-time high? The all-time high was $912, and it's dropped down. Oof. Okay, so I guess if it retraces back, if it comes back to the 702, you could, you know, make a bit of money, but it would have to get past this little fib. Anyway, just keep all that in mind. Do what you gotta do. Not financial advice, but appreciate it, and I'll talk to you soon.